Now, from the Low Country's news leader, this is Live 5 News.
We can move forward, and I'm so excited where forward is going to take us.
A survivor and a mother speaks out for the first time. Now the man who savagely attacked her and kidnapped her 4-year-old daughter will spend the rest of his life behind bars.
A vigil for a woman who was killed outside of the Citadel Mall coming up.
But first, we are dealing with some freeze warnings right now here in the Low Country. The winter temperatures are going to keep dropping tonight. Our Chief Meteorologist Bill Walsh in the First Alert Weather Center. Bill, we have a cold night ahead of us.
Yeah, we do, guys. And as a matter of fact, one of the coldest nights we've seen all season. Get ready for it. The clouds we talked about earlier today, Joey was saying, hey, they're going to be out of here after lunch, and that's what we've seen. Clouds are clearing, the cold air is kicking in, so we do have some cold numbers on the way for tonight. Freeze warning and through tomorrow morning for temperatures 27 to about 30 degrees for the entire Low Country. Check it out where we are right now. Already upper 30s to near 40 at Kingstree, Moncks Corner, back on over to Somerville. I'm going to tap on the clock. Look at these numbers for tomorrow morning. We're talking about 26 in Kingstree, 29 Moncks Corner, 29 Somerville. Bring in the pets, the plants. Check on the elderly tonight. Another cold night, even freezing up toward the coastline. So we're going to talk more about that. Also coming up in about 8 minutes. When will it warm up? We'll have more on that live right here, new at 6.
The man who brutally attacked a Johns Island mother of 5 and then kidnapped her 4-year-old daughter will spend the rest of his life behind bars. Here he is. Thomas Lawton Evans was sentenced in federal court today. Our Carter Coyle was there. Carter, the judge had some very strong words for Evans today.
Bill, the judge said they are sending Evans to a super maximum security prison in Colorado. They said that's the only suitable place for a, quote, sorry, soulless excuse for a human being like him. But the prosecutors in the case really asked us to focus on the real hero of the story, the mother, Brittany Todd, and how her survival and strength is what led to justice.
I honestly just wanted to say thank you to Charleston, thank you to this community.
Brittany Todd and her husband outside federal court Tuesday, surrounded by officers, friends, and family, all who supported them through what federal judge David Norton called the single worst offense he's seen in 29 years. He ordered Evans to serve 3 life sentences back to back to back.
That may be symbolic, but I think it recognizes how serious the court thought the conduct was. There is not a more serious sentence available under the law.
Brittany and her husband Kevin both spoke at the sentencing, describing the physical and emotional recovery their family is still praying for.
Our family will be able to move forward. We will be able to be happy in kindergarten and still take dance classes because of all of the impact that this entire community has had on our family.
Prosecutors said all Brittany cared about in the moments after her attack was attempting to feed and care for her children, even while she was in and out of consciousness in her home until police arrived.
Do not write about the bad guy in this case. Write about a fierce mother determined that her 4-year-old will not be defined as a victim, and write about a fierce mother who is making a beautiful life with 5 incredible children.
They said keeping Evans behind bars was the only way to keep the Todds and the public safe.
We can move forward, and I'm so excited where forward is going to take us. Thank you.
There are still lingering questions in this case, including Evans' girlfriend's car he was driving 2 days before the kidnapping. That girlfriend, 39-year-old Sharon Hayden, is still missing, though Evans told investigators he stabbed her and believes he killed her. State charges against Evans are still pending. Solicitor Scarlett Wilson told me today she is still planning to prosecute at the state level to make sure that no stone is left unturned.
Tonight, police have arrested a suspect in connection with the shooting at the Citadel Mall parking lot last week. 28-year-old Kerry Kawan Stevens was taken into custody today. He's being charged with murder. The victim of the shooting, 23-year-old Deja Dantley. Our Paola Tristan Aruda is live outside the Citadel Mall right now, where family members are holding a vigil in her memory. Paola?
Yeah, it's
an emotional scene here in West Ashley. Deja's family and friends are all gathered here lighting up candles in honor of her life. Police say that they found Dana in the front seat of her car in this parking lot. She was pronounced dead at the scene from a gunshot wound, and tonight, exactly 1 week after she was killed in the shooting, her family is remembering her life and asking for the gun violence to stop. Now, Stevens has a scheduled bond hearing tomorrow, and we'll have more from the vigil coming up later tonight. Live in West Ashley, I'm Paola Cisneruda, Live 5 News.
Thank you, Paola. The suspect in the shooting has been arrested and booked in Charleston County over a dozen times before today's arrest. His past charges include unlawfully carrying a firearm, various drug charges, and third-degree domestic violence. His first arrest in Charleston County about 10 years ago.
Dorchester District 2 officials say they are disciplining 4 baseball players at Ashley Ridge High for calling other students race-related and inappropriate names last week. As a result, coaches and the athletes will now undergo diversity training. But the executive director of the Community Resource Center in Somerville is calling for the students to be either suspended or expelled.
We are demanding a federal investigation of hate crime and bullying against the students that call these young black boys these horrendous names.
Both the school and the coaches have conducted an investigation, and they have met with the players' parents.
This is new at 6. Within the last few hours, a lawsuit has been filed against the Charleston County School District. That suit says a former student was repeatedly assaulted at Liberty Hill Academy, and the district destroyed the evidence, they say. Colby Satterfield talked with this mom months ago. Colby, what's she saying right now?
Debbie, according to her attorney, Mark Pepper, she's saying that she failed her son by trusting the school to keep him safe. Her son went to Liberty Hill Academy, an alternative school and day treatment center for the Charleston County School District. The lawsuit says her son was repeatedly bullied and beaten by another student for weeks while he was either on the bus going to school or at school. The suit says despite the assaults being reportedly turned over to local law enforcement, nothing happened. And the lawsuit says CCSD failed to document any of this, and the district didn't save any records of these incidents. The lawsuit says that's what led to a court order which found CCSD grossly negligent for not documenting this, and said any destruction of those records was done intentionally. Now, attorney Mark Pepper says this case here highlights a culture within the school, a school that combines students with behavior issues and severe learning disabilities. Pepper says it's a recipe for disaster if you fail to supervise these kids. The district has no comment on pending litigation.
Day 2 of the trial of Bob McCaffrey, accused of lying to investigators about his wife's disappearance. Police reporter Harv Jacobs was in the courtroom all day.
You know, last week we gave you the first alert. It was the next big thing. We talked about a cold, cold night tonight, and guess what? The temperatures are going boom, down to where we said. We're going to talk about that, but how long will it stay cold? Stick around.
The Low Country loves its food, and now is the time for Charleston foodies to shine. The Wine and Food Festival starts tomorrow night. Famous chefs from across the country will dish out delicious meals right here in the Holy City. There will be beverage workshops and cooking classes. A lot of the events are already sold out, but there are some tickets available. You can find a link on lowcountryweekend.com.
A trailer stolen from a couple this morning, inside the personal belongings of their son, a veteran who died a year ago. The second day of testimony has ended in the trial of a man accused of lying to investigators about the disappearance of his wife from their West Ashley home 7 years ago. Bob McCaffrey is charged with obstruction of justice in the disappearance of his wife, Gail, in March of 2012. Police reporter Harv Jacobs live at the Charleston County Courthouse right now. Harv, this afternoon jurors saw a video of investigators interviewing McCaffrey after his wife had disappeared.
Bill, much of that letter centered around an interview that was done after Bob McCaffrey returned from his trip to the upstate, home to St. Patrick's Day in West Ashley. That's on St. Patrick's Day 2012, of course. McCaffrey said that the letter was genuinely written by his wife, he believed, but Charleston County investigators believe that the letter was typed by the man on trial. In that letter, Gail McCaffrey supposedly said to Bob, "I will always love you and the children." Bob McCaffrey told investigators, according to that letter, a 200 to 300-pound safe containing $110,000 was taken from the attic. McCaffrey said his wife may have taken the safe, but investigators didn't buy the story that there ever was a safe. Reacting to her disappearance, McCaffrey told the investigators, quote, "I wish I had a freaking clue where to look. I want to find her. I want her back." When asked if this is like her to take off, McCaffrey replied no. Sheriff's investigators believe Bob McCaffrey killed Gail. Of course, they haven't found her body yet. They tried to get an indictment for murder, but a grand jury refused to indict him for murder. They said there was a lack of evidence. Testimony resumes tomorrow morning at 9:30. Live at the Charleston County Courthouse, I'm Harv Jacobs.
Thank you, Harv. The case of a former College of Charleston baseball coach, Matt Heath, could be decided by a jury in the fall if Heath and the college don't come to terms before then. And Heath's lawyers are getting the go-ahead to check the college's email server for evidence in that case. Heath's attorneys maintain athletic director Matt Roberts and then University of South Carolina baseball coach Chad Holbrook discussed the coaching job well before Heath was fired in the summer of 2017. But in a sworn statement, Roberts has said that did not happen. Attorneys for the College of Charleston have argued Heath should be held to a settlement agreement. But Heath's lawyers said there is reason to reopen the case, including they maintain deleted evidence from Roberts' cell phone and a text from Holbrook to his dad. Federal Judge Richard Gergel ordered the case reopened and has given Heath's lawyers the green light to search Holbrook's electronic devices and Roberts' second hard drive, as well as the college's email server.
The administrator of a troubled Walterboro nursing home has resigned. Sandra Ferguson stepped down at Veterans Victory House. The nursing home was said to be in immediate jeopardy last December. According to regulations, conditions there were likely to cause serious injury or even death to a resident or a patient. In a statement today, the nursing home told us this: Ms. Ferguson has resigned her position, and we know she will continue to serve this industry well. The veterans, families, and staff will continue to be served with the same dedication going forward. Greg McNeil will replace Sandra Ferguson.
We want to show you some security video from early this morning. It shows someone stealing a trailer from the side of a business in West Ashley. And inside that trailer, a mom and dad had personal belongings of their son, Andrew. He was serving in the military when he died about a year ago, and now his parents are asking the person who took that trailer to bring back their son's belongings.
Honestly, the thing that keeps popping in my head the most is just all of his cards and letters, things with his handwriting, you know, and his photographs, pictures that can't be replaced.
Charleston police are still investigating the incident.
Now, your first alert forecast from Live 5 News.
Hey everybody, Chief Meteorologist Bill Walsh. Hope you had a great Tuesday so far. Started off a lot of clouds and rain this morning. Joey Sovine was tracking that with Abby O'Brien in the traffic. And thankfully, as we were talking about earlier this morning, those clouds started to clear out. So that's certainly good news. Now, it's going to stay pretty cold now as we head into the overnight. Again, we do have a freeze warning. Look at these numbers, 29 for tomorrow morning. That's cold. That's why the freeze warning. Tomorrow, be chilly, but then Thursday, another cold start and about 30. But then we start to warm up as we rebound a little bit into Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So you'll start to see those numbers return. So really the next 2 nights, very, very cold. The look at your most powerful live radar. We're tracking those showers this morning. And as we zoom on in, thankfully, you can see those clouds have started to burn off across coastal South Carolina. Those leftover clouds up into Georgetown starting to pull away. And we are drying out with that cold air kicking in. Beautiful picture out there showing pretty fair skies now out toward the old Santee Canal Park. Beautiful shot out in Berkeley County. Right now we're sitting at 44 degrees. High temperature only 48. We should be around 65, 66 this time of the year. So pretty dry air mass, cold air mass coming in, 73% humidity, northwest wind at about 9, and it does feel like about 39 with the wind chill out there. Let's go out to Moncks Corner right now. Pretty, but it's chilly. 43 degrees out your way, 40 out in Kingstree, 42 Georgetown, 45 at the Lighthouse out on Sullivan's Island. Still some mid-40s back over to Walterboro, Somerville, down toward Beaufort. Got a nice note from somebody down in Beaufort today. They get us over the antenna. Isn't that cool? Yeah, 53 degrees down in beautiful Beaufort right now as we speak. All right, let's go hour by hour. You are stepping out this evening. We're talking about upper 30s for 8, 9, 10 o'clock tonight. So if you're going out to take the dog out later, or maybe just going to be out for a walk or work in the overnight tonight. A lot of people go to work at night during the overnight. Our overnight warriors, we call them, about 36 at 11 o'clock tonight. And on the cold side, and check out the overnight lows when you wake up. We're still looking at 26 Kingstree in the morning, 30 Moncks Corner, 29 Somerville. Bring in the pets, the plants. Check on the elderly tonight. You might want to let those pipes drip just a little bit back inland. Along the coast will be near freezing or just above. So that's the deal there. That's why the freeze warning was issued by our partners over at the National Weather Service for the overnight through about 9 o'clock tomorrow morning all across coastal South Carolina. And on the weather map, that cold front now is pushed on through. It is an Arctic blast behind it, so cold on Wednesday, cold on Thursday, does stay dry. So our eye, of course, as always, on your next 24 hours, we're keeping that freeze warning for the overnight, clear, cold, and sunny. Still chilly for tomorrow. Still a high. We'll try to get to 50 for tomorrow, and breezy. Maybe a little extra hairspray. North winds at about 15 to 20. High tide 8:16 in the morning. We do have a small craft advisory through the morning hours. And again, temperatures are not going to get much above 50 degrees as we head into tomorrow. But we always start with your weekend first. And here's the good news. Well, we've got the Wine and Food Fest this weekend, so we're going back to the 70s on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So spring-type temperatures coming back. Can't rule out a stray shower Friday, variable cloud Saturday, keeping a 30% chance Sunday, even a stray thunderstorm, not out of the question on Sunday. But again, as we deep dive into the 7-day forecast, tomorrow's going to be cold. Tomorrow night, another cold one and near freezing or below, in particular back inland. Then Thursday, we rebound a little bit at 61. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, back into the 70s. Oh, by the way, you know what this is, right? We lose that hour of sleep that we gave you back in the fall. We have to go ahead 1 hour, and as we head into Monday, mid-70s. When we come right back, we are standing by with much more of Live 5 News at 6, so don't go in.
Now, from the Low Country's news leader, it's time for the George Sinks Sports Desk.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Charleston Southern, and welcome to March, where the madness beginning here in the Low Country tonight with the first round of the Big South Tournament as Charleston Southern takes on USC Upstate for the right to move on to the next round of their conference tournament. Joining us now is Charleston Southern head coach, and more importantly, brand new grandfather, Barkley Radebaugh. Coach, first off, congratulations.
Thank you so much. Ruth is doing so well. She's so beautiful.
Obviously a huge matchup tonight, first round of the Big South Tournament against a team you played pretty recently in USC Upstate.
Yeah, Upstate, they got Malik Moore back. He wasn't here and wasn't available to play during their second game here, and he's back. So we're in for a big challenge. We know that. We got to have our A game.
How much different are things once you guys reach March than even, you know, during February where things are just dragging along?
Man, you can really feel it. You can really feel the difference because it's one and done now. And we have an opportunity to move on, or we have an opportunity to go home, and we're planning on playing great tonight. We're planning on playing as well as we can possibly play. We're well prepared, and we're looking forward to playing Upstate.
You guys have been playing so well lately. I think it's 8 wins in the last 11 games. What's been the biggest difference for you guys?
You know, our team, we had 7 new guys, and it just took some time to get well and to get old. We had some injuries. We had some things that we couldn't control on the injury front, and we've gotten well, and our guys have matured. Our freshmen aren't freshmen anymore. They've played 30 games, and you know they're more like sophomores. So we're a little bit more of a veteran team.
We talked about USC Upstate. They were here just a couple of weeks ago. You guys handled them pretty well. How do you make sure your team doesn't get too overconfident?
You know, it's a mindset game for us, and you'll be able to tell the way we come out of the locker room. And if we're very determined defensively and rebounding the ball, then we're going to be okay.
All right, Barkley Radebaugh, thank you so much.
Thanks a lot.
Talk to you after the game. Good luck tonight. Charleston Southern going to tip off at about 7 o'clock tonight. Now, another big college basketball game going on tonight as well is South Carolina trying to help their NCAA tournament chances as they go on the road to take on Texas A&M. This is a Gamecocks team that has been really beat up lately, and they suffered a horrible loss on the road to Missouri just this past Saturday. They really need a win tonight, and Frank Martin knows, despite the fact that they've got so many guys injured, he cannot start using this as an excuse.
But right now, this is not the time of year to start creating doubt, to start creating confusion within your team, which is what losing does, you know. And so we have to figure out a way to be really, really enthusiastic about who we are. Other teams have 15 players. We don't have 15 players. So what? This is what we got. We got to make it work.
Gamecocks and the Aggies tipping off at 7 o'clock. We'll have highlights of that one tonight at 11, as well as complete coverage from here at Charleston Southern as the Bucks kick off the Big South tournament against USC Upstate. Highlights, post-game reaction, all that coming up tonight at 11 o'clock. For now, that's going to do it from Charleston Southern. I'm Kevin Bilodeau. Guys, let's go back to you.
It's going to get so cold tonight.
I know it.
I'm going to have to find you a room.
Now, when you say watch out for the elderly, you talking about that?
That's what we're talking about that with Danielle. She said, how is it better? Can we phrase that a different way? I said, well, we'll get Bill Sharper jacket. You know. That
Thanks.
way.
That's just so nice.
It out there. We always want to definitely take care of our pets, the plants, elderly, as well as everybody to stay chilly, stay warm on a chilly night. So 50 for tomorrow, then another cold one tomorrow night, and then the weekend we lose that hour of sleep. Oh my gosh.
Oh, I hate that.
You were saying it takes you 2 weeks to get.
It takes me 2 weeks to get back to normal. Wow. Are you going to walk the dog tomorrow morning?
Of course. I know. I have to bundle up.
Good night, everybody.